Hey guys, I wasn't planning on recording right now, but I got real pissed off. Real pissed off. I mean, super duper pissed off. You could tell by the tone of my voice how angry I was. Here, let me start over, guys. I am so pissed off right now. No, that doesn't work. I am so pissed. No, I wouldn't do that. So today, like my schedule today is fucking insane today. Well, it's not insane. It looks insane, but it's not that insane. I was told that I was doing one job, then I was told I was doing a different job, then I was told I was doing this job and another job, and then now my schedule says I'm doing one job, but I'm actually doing a different job. That's nobody's even. Luckily, I ran into somebody this morning. That's the only way I learned anything about what I'm doing today. First things first was the trash haul. I'm still on the trash haul. It is 9:30 in the morning. Not a big deal. Come out. Where the fuck are the keys? I see the truck that I need to take, but the keys are not on the board. So I'm like, that's weird. And I'm like, maybe somebody left them in the truck overnight, which is not good at all. But, it might happen. Somebody might be like, I'm just going to move this truck real quick, and then I'm going to leave the keys in it because I'm going to have to move it again or something like that. And then they're like, I'm going home. And then they totally forget that they left the keys in the truck with the door unlocked. But the door was unlocked. I looked all over this truck. It's not a big truck. I could not find the keys anywhere. So I go in there and I'm like, all right. And they were like, well, one of our techs, the mechanic techs, replaced the steer tires on that truck. Because this is one of the trucks that had a flat front tire. He's like, one of our techs replaced the steer tires on that truck. Maybe he left the keys in his pocket or in his toolbox. I'm like, why would he leave them in his toolbox? That makes no sense at all. So they were trying to jimmy his lock to his toolbox. And then I'm like, well, I'll just go inside. We have a board on the inside of the office that has like spare keys and stuff. And this is a Kenworth. A lot of ours use the same fucking key. It's kind of insane, but I was like, I'll just run in there and I'll find a key. And they're like, no, no, no. And then we're walking around, and then one guy's like, hey, you're supposed to be doing that trash before your job. What are you still doing here? I'm like, there's no keys to the fucking truck. I can't get it started. And I could grab another key that's on the board, but then it's going to be a chain reaction. Somebody's going to come in and be like, where's the keys to 299 or whatever the fuck truck? And they'll be like, oh, fucking Kevin grabbed them. And he took 260. He took the wrong key to the wrong truck, and then now you're missing the key to the truck you need, and then he's got to grab another key, and then I don't know, but the key was missing, and so he's like, the key's not missing. I'm like, yes, it is. I had both mechanics over there at the board. I was like, hey, do you guys happen to know where the key is to my truck? And they both go over to the board. The slot is empty. We checked all the other Kenworth keys that were on the board. None of them match up, and each one matches up. They have a little tag that says the truck number, and then there's also a little fuel card in there that's got the truck number printed on the fuel card. And none of them are matching up. So he's like, yeah, it's right here. And he grabbed it off the board, and we're like, what the fuck? So somebody must have heard, snuck in there real quick, put the key on the board, and ran off. Or something, because I got witnesses. That key was not there. So whatever. I get out of the shop by 7:30. Perfect timing. Got the truck going, and then I get on the highway. Before I get on the highway, I'm just driving, and the traction light is coming on. Every time I hit the throttle, the traction control light is coming on. It thinks I'm doing a burnout, and it's like limiting my power. And it's like hard to get it going. And I'm like, so I call the mechanic. He's like, you just left. How'd you already break something? I'm like, I didn't break anything, but this thing says I'm doing a burnout the whole way I'm driving. He's like, oh, turn it off, turn it back on. I'm like, well, I'm getting on the highway right now. I don't really want to pull over. He's like, well, just if it runs and drives, just keep driving it. I'm like, okay. Turn it off when you stop. So I got all the way up to, well, no, I got to the highway, and then the highway was, they closed down I-70, the I-70 bridge, which is, I don't know, that's a good way to take also, but I take 670, and they closed I-70, so everybody's taking 670, and 670 is 3 lanes wide, but it was backed up even before where I got on the highway. I had to squeeze into traffic. That's like 7 miles of 3 lanes completely backed up, and I was stopped when I got on the highway. I was like, this is ridiculous. So I had to sit in traffic for a while, but I eventually got up to where I needed to be. And picked up the trailer, turned off the truck, turned it back on. It's still, I drove it around a little bit. It was still doing it, so I was like, whatever. I just clicked the traction control button. I just turned the traction control off, and now it's still flashing, but it's more of a consistent flash. So I don't know. But it seems to have the power now, so that's good. I got the trash trailer, and then I drove over to the dump. And I get to the dump, and I get checked in. I get my paperwork. Everything's going great. I'm like, this is going to be fine after this. And I get up there to the top, and I'm like, there's usually a few pairs of gloves in here because everybody does trash. Nobody wants to use nice, clean gloves for trash. There's usually a nasty-looking pair of gloves in here that you can just throw on so you can grab all the chains and boomers and all the shit that you need to touch to get the, no. Oh, and hook up the hydraulics, because the hydraulics, there's always fucking hydraulic fluid all over the fittings and shit. No, somebody came in here and cleaned out the entire glove inventory. There's an empty box of rubber gloves. That's all I had. So I just barehanded it, which is fine. I'll normally barehand things anyways, but at the dump where you're touching stuff that you don't know what the fuck it is or where it came from, it's just nastiness all over you. I don't like that. And somebody's been dumping like tar out there at the dump. It's not always like that, but it has been like that for the last few times that I've been out there. There's just this black, nasty shit all over the fucking ground. Like it is the soil. I don't know if they're using that to like cover, like they get trash, they compact it, and then they cover it in dirt. And then they get trash, they compact it, and then they cover it in dirt. And I'm wondering if it's the dirt that they're getting. I don't know, but that black tar shit just gets all over everything. It's all over your boots, the bottom of your pants, everything. You sink in it a little bit. Not good. But I get backed into my hole. I get the hole that I want, which is near the sign, so I know nobody's going to be on the other side of my truck. I can open my door. I don't have to walk over there and check, make sure nobody's over there. I know nobody's over there, so I can open the door, because the door will fucking, bam, swing open, and it'll fucking smash anybody that's over there. Or another truck or something, even though you're supposed to stay 15 feet apart. Nobody does that. That was you way ran that light, Triple Crown. That was a major red light run. Anyways, I start offloading. Everything's going fine. I got the hydraulics hooked up. I figured out most of our trucks, they have a really simple way to run the hydraulics. This truck apparently only has one button. There are 4 buttons that say PTO. Only you have to figure out which fucking one it is. I've always got it to work, but it's always been a confusing, I thought I had to do it in a certain pattern and stuff. No, it's just the one button on the dash. You just have to have your foot on the brake, because the brake will engage the automatic clutch or whatever fucking shit in the transmission, or else it'll just sit there and grind. So you have to hit the brake, flip the switch, and then it'll turn on. The other trucks, you don't have to hit the brake or anything. You just turn on the PTO and put the lever back, and it engages with no grind whatsoever. But, and then I start pushing the trash out. You know, I always look on the ground. I find a rock that fits the criteria that I need. I need it to be wedge shaped, and shove it in there where the PTO control is on the outside of the trailer to hold the lever, because I don't want to stay you can't rev this truck up when the PTO's on. For some reason, the cruise control, usually you set cruise and you can bump up the engine speed and you can run your PTO at a higher RPM. Not this truck. It does not work. So you just have to do it at an idle, and it takes forever for that piston to push the blade to push all the trash out. So I always find a rock and I shove it in there, and things are going well. I get all the trash dumped out, but then I get in the truck to move, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the black, grimy, oily shit. Can't move. I'm like, okay, well, let me pull the blade more up to the front of the truck, because that blade is really heavy. If that blade is all the way on the trailer axles, obviously there's more weight on the trailer, which has no power. There's a lot less weight on the tractor, which does have power, and then you just spin. So I move the blade up, still stuck. Move the blade back, still stuck. I try low, I try locking the diffs, I try, just like bumping the throttle, just like little bumps, and it'll shake. It'll act like it's getting. It's not getting traction at all because it's just sitting there spinning, but it's definitely over there like bumping. And eventually, I was thinking it would bump and it would eventually grab and start moving, especially in low gear. Because if you just put it in drive, it starts off in like second or third, and that's just nothing, and then wheel spin, nothing, and the wheel spin. But if you put it in low, it's like and it's grabbing, but it didn't work. So after sitting there for a while, one of the dozers decided he was going to push me from the back, which was nice of him. He pushed me. I got out of being stuck, but I still, whenever you push the blade all the way back, the blade is at like a 50-degree incline, so a lot of trash gets stuck to the blade, and you got to have this shovel or this claw thing that is, bungee corded to the truck, and you got to drag the rest of the trash off. Or there's a backhoe on site at the dump with a little guy that hops in the backhoe, and he runs over and he throws down like mulch or like wood chips for traction for people, and he also scrape out dumpsters and stuff. And so I pull forward and I grab the shovel and I start heading over there. The guy looks at me, the backhoe guy looks at me, and I look at him and I show him the shovel, and then I go to the back of the truck and I start shoving on the shit, and I hear him fire up the backhoe and start driving. I thought he was heading over to me. No, I'm like over there pushing the trash, and I'm like, wait, where the fuck did he go? Because usually that's the signal. You just look at him and you show him your hands, and he knows to come over, and he's done this long enough that he knows that when that blue fucking trash trailer shows up, they gotta knock all the trash off the back because it's a fucking dumbass design. No, I look down at the bottom of the hill, the road that goes down to the bottom of the hill, and he's just trucking along, going away. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I thought we had an understanding. You were going to come up here and scrape me out. Like, you were right there. You were like 30 feet from me. And then you're a mile down the road away from me. Like, what the fuck? So I tried shoving more trash out. There's a pallet shoved in there, wedged in there. I could not get it out. So I just did what the fuck, you fucking dumb fuck? guy just decided, he's supposed to stop for me, because I'm on the road, and he's leaving the place, and he just decided he's just going to pull out in front of me. Fucking day cab. Fucking flip-flop motherfucker. So, I just pulled that blade all the way back in, and I said, fuck it. And I called the guy that's in charge of this. I said, hey, man, there's still trash in here. Not much, but there is trash in here. I can't get it out. So, too fucking bad. He's like, I understand. I'm like, okay, good. Because I am not reweighing. I'm not going to go back up there and wait for some motherfucker to come scrape me out, because it's going to take him a half hour to get back up here. And I got me a spot right at the front of the... What the fuck is this truck doing? I put it in reverse, and it's like, I don't want to go in reverse. Oh, buddy. All right. Well, all I got to do is drop this fucking trailer, and then go to the shop, grab a roll-off truck, and I believe the latest census says that I am going to be driving up to St. Joe, which is a nice little run. Grabbing a roll-off container full of pig guts, and dumping it at the landfill, a different landfill. So, that's about it for right now. I'll give you guys another little taste of what's going on with Kletus Ray's Roadside Service podcast after this short break. And I'm back. I don't know. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, but I don't know. I just could not hear. They've been talking a lot, but I've been in my own mind just thinking the whole time. But then it got onto a commercial for like this Rocket Money deal. But I was like, I wonder if there's an app. Maybe I should create it. Because, all right, so like back when everybody used cash all the time, you'd have a pocket full of change. This is somebody's probably got this set up somewhere. Maybe my bank can do it. I don't know. But you always had a pocket full of change. You'd have a change bucket at home, and it would never affect anything. I want an app where it'll keep my account rounded down to the dollar. And that's a good way to save some money. It's only a few cents here, a few cents there. Man, sometimes it's only going to be 1 cent. Sometimes it's going to be 99 cents. You never know. But if I could get it and it would put that into like a savings account, that would be fucking amazing. This is an idea. I need to go to my bank. I use a Mazuma. It's a credit union. I don't know anything about it. It happened to be a bank that we like. We've been there for a long time. Me and my wife. I was with. Who was I with? There's a bank out here called Blue Ridge Bank. I think that was, Commerce was my first bank account because that's where my mom worked. She worked at Commerce Bank. And then I ended up going over to Blue Ridge. And then what was that other one I just said? I forgot what I just said. Anyways, I've had several different Bank of America. I had that for a little while too, but I got so many late fees and overdraft fees and all kinds of shit. I was not good with money, but I had like 4 overdraft fees. No, there's no way for me to have that. Well, I had in the past, I had 4 overdraft fees, and my account was negative, and I had to go up to the bank and pay it. I wanted to close the account because I was like, banks are not good for me. I'm going to go ahead and close the account. And you know what that guy did at the Bank of America? He was so nice. He's like, yeah, it looks like in the last year you've had like 4 overdraft fees or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and refund you all those. So he actually, I don't know, maybe it's a tactic to get you to come back or something. But he he ended up giving me money to close my account. He like refunded me some overdraft fees because he's like, this kid's going to close the account. He ain't got no money. Here we go. We'll give him some money. So that was awesome, but I'll never go back to Bank of America. That if I did go back, it would be only because of that guy. But there's no need for me to go back. I think credit unions are where it's at. But yeah, I just had that idea for an app, and I was like, I gotta expand on this a little bit more. So every time you go, like some people go to the gas pump, and they will, I don't know why. This is a thing that's all over the place. People will try to put more gas into their tank until it gets to an even dollar amount. Why? I have no idea, because every other time you spend money with your credit card or debit card or whatever, it's all fucking jumbled up. You can't just be like, hey, yeah, I want to buy this milk. Go ahead and round up. And they'd be like, what? And they'd be, yeah, go ahead and round up. Like, give me a little shot glass of milk. You know, I'm going to open up another one, and I'm going to just round this gallon of milk up to like a gallon .05, so I can keep my bank account even. Like, I don't know. I don't understand those people. I put the gas thing in there, pull the handle. Whenever it clicks off, I'm done. I'm not going to go over there and try to round up or round down, whatever the fuck they're doing. And I've always been that way, you know. But I see people do it all the time. My wife was doing it one day. I was like, why are you doing that? Because it was like $12.20. That's just, you know, I'm focused on the cents, not the dollars. I don't know how much gas it was, but it was like $12.20, and she's like, ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And gas started spilling out of the car. She's like, I was trying to round up. I'm like, why? She's like, because that's what you do. I'm like, no, that's not what anybody does. Well, actually, they do, but there's no reason for that. So, I mean, if this happened, I was able to get my bank account set up to always be at an even dollar amount, and it's putting all the change somewhere else, and it's easier to just look at not really easier, but, you know, if you got, oh, it says I have $25.95. All right, well, how about it's going to say I have $25. And then that 99 cents, every time I fill up my car, I will always end it. I mean, I'll start doing that. So I'll end up putting 99 cents into my saving account every single time. Because what is a dollar? A dollar means nothing. But if you save them up with every purchase, that would be fucking awesome. I would love that. And then it goes into a savings account that you don't even really, like, you can view it, but you have to like go to a separate, you know, thing and blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. Just make it to where it's not like, oh, I've already saved up $5 and that I can't, let me just transfer it over. Like, why? It's $5. Just let it ride, buddy. And then like at the end of the year, like Christmas time or whatever, you know, you got that little extra, you know, couple $100 in there. Because I mean, we make a lot of purchases, a lot of small purchases. My wife will, she'll make a Target order. She'll make 3 Target orders in one day, and you know, you get charged for. You don't just pay it all at once. She orders this, pays for it. Orders this, pays for it. Orders this, pays for it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Wait till the end of the day. You're not even gonna pick it up today. You're gonna pick it up tomorrow. Wait till the end of the week. None of this stuff. I'm over here bitching about her. But and it's not even bit. It's just like, what is going on over here? Like my Amazon cart, like I'll fill it up, and then mainly because I ain't got the money right now, and it's extra. We want to make sure we get everything else paid for first. But I'll fill up the Amazon cart, and then I'll go through later on, and I'll be like, I actually don't need this, or I want to change this, and blah blah blah. No, other people in my household don't do that, and only one of them has access to the bank account. Uh, you'll just return the stuff, or like order it and then just not use it, and it's like, what? Or like rat traps, not rat traps, just mice traps or whatever. She We had an infestation a little while back. They're completely gone now, but um, I mean, I guess I can give that credit to my wife. But she's like, yeah, I bought a bunch of mouse stuff. She bought like little tablets, little traps, little sticky things, all kinds of shit. And I was like, what the? Like, it just showed up one day, and I opened it up. I'm like, what the fuck is all this? Like, did we get the wrong package? She's like, no, I ordered all that stuff. I'm like, what? We have most of this stuff already, and like, these things don't even work. So why did you buy these? It's just like, if you put it into an account, and then you're like, and that was a lovely phone call from the guy that's gonna wash out the dumpster that I'm gonna go pick up. What was I talking about before I got a phone call? Rat traps? I don't know. Anyways, there's a pretty big dude. And so I said, hey, I was talking to this guy on the phone. I said, hey, I'm gonna go over there and do that. And then another guy is going also. And I said, who do you think is fatter, me or that other dude? And he said, I was like, I'm smaller than him. And he's like, actually, you guys are about around the same. And I'm like, fuck, dude, you make me sad. And I cried for about 5 minutes, and then I hit record again. Because I feel like I'm losing weight. I'm feeling better. I feel like I'm losing weight. Things are looking up for me, and the weight's looking down. But according to somebody that had an eyewitness account of me this morning next to the other dude, he said we're the same. So that's not cool. That was pretty rude of him to say that. Now my feelings are hurt. I mean, I asked him. I asked for it. Back to the app. What should it be called? It should be called Saving the Change. Round it down. Round down app. I got the round down app, you know? This guy, Kletus Ray, he's got a podcast. He was talking about it. And then he made it. He made the app. And then I will say, I have to collect some sort of a fee. I can't be just doing this for free. The app is going to cost money to make and keep up. And people are going to be like, hey, it's supposed to round up 45 cents, and actually it is 46. Or whatever. I took a penny. I get a penny from every transaction that's ran on the app. You won't even notice. Okay, maybe it's 10 cents. I take 10 cents. Well, what if? Well, the lowest would be a penny. Oh, I don't know. We'll set the lowest to 10. No, I don't know what we'll do. But anyways, I get out of the transaction. It's not anything extra you're paying. It's just whenever you round down, I get a penny. And this is going to be a gigantic app. Everybody's going to love it. There are people running in the highway. I don't know what's going on. People running in the fucking highway. They're just running in the highway. They're picking up shit off the ground. I didn't see anything on the ground, but they were picking up. It's like they dropped a box of fucking diamonds, and they're out there. They were weaving. There's kind of heavy traffic. They were weaving in and out of the fucking traffic up here. Uh, where I work near our shop is kind of like I guess you could call it Little Mexico, is what I've been told. I don't know if that's an official name or derogatory name, or that's what the people that live there call it, but it is like a little Mexico type area. Um, a lot of unleashed dogs running around, and Mexican restaurants and Mexican grocery stores and chop shops and cartel cover buildings, laundromats, hobos. Surprisingly, there's only like one gas station, which is odd. But anyways, I'm talking about the unleashed dogs, because there used to be a ton of unleashed dogs running up and down the road all the time, and some of them didn't look very nice. I mean, they looked like they could have been mean dogs, and one of them, boy, used to chase you. You're in a car or truck or whatever, so obviously dogs love to chase cars and stuff, but they're fine with people. Um, but anyway, I almost ran over a damn dog today. There was little Yorkies, Chihuahuas, that's given. But they were running through the fucking road. I was coming through from the back way on, it's a main road, and there's fucking little doggies running. I saw one and I slowed down because I was like, that little dog over there. And now to my left, there's another doggy running. And then I like slam on my brakes and I swerve because the thing is like, I'm going to bite your tire. I'm like, little fucking dog. You don't even know. The wind will knock you out from me driving by. And then I look in the mirror and there's 4 of them standing in my rearview mirror. I was like, damn, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who? Who? Who let the dogs out? Uh, this is a Baha Men song. That was my first CD, by the way. The first CD I ever received was the Baha Men. And I only played Who Let the Dogs Out. Anyways, that's about it about that story for that. The Baja Men dogs. I hope those dogs don't get run over. But there used to be other dogs, and I would every now and again I'd throw, like, I wasn't always on this carnivore diet. I would have all kinds of different snacks and junk and shit with me, and I'd throw some out the window. But I'd make sure to throw it in the grass, because you don't want to throw it in the middle of the road, because then the dog's going to run in the road. You want to throw it in the grass, and they'll find it. You don't see any dogs, but the dog's around, and you just throw it in the grass, and then the dogs will find a little treat. And a lot of people, I saw some people. There was this one guy. He did not live there, but he would drive by and he'd park his truck and he'd get out with like a little paper bowl, and fill it with water, and then drive on. So those dogs, they had a good life. They're gone now because animal control came and picked them up. I'm sure they're sad about their doggies being gone, but I don't think anybody's petting those dogs. So I don't know. I actually don't know how sad anybody would be about it. You just hope they didn't go to like a kill shelter or something. No, I don't know. They were older, bigger dogs. That's like not good for somebody to go adopt. Everybody wants the small little puppies, or just small dogs in general. Unless they're a Chihuahua, they don't want that. But somebody So, I mean, that was just how it was. You always made sure to drive slow, from the stop sign because you didn't know if there's going to be a dog running out. But they would use the sidewalk too. They were smart dogs. You would see them all the time. They're on the sidewalk. They're not in the road usually. But somebody that doesn't live near there, doesn't work near there, just some fucking gay boy drove by and was like, "There's dogs out here," and they called animal control on them. That fucking fuckhead. And now the dogs are gone. Now you can just haul ass through there, and there's not dogs. Well, there are now, but that's on a different road. Um, yeah, and I miss my big dog. I miss my big dog. I guess you could say I've gotten used to him not being around. Um, but it's still, I don't know. These little dogs that I got, my two little doggies, they, I don't know. They were more fun when I had three dogs, and now I just have two, and now it's just, I don't know. I love them. I love my dogs. I'm gonna always cherish them, and I do give them hugs and stuff, and I pet their bellies, and they, whenever I'm sitting on the chair, they fall asleep on my lap and stuff, and but it's just been a weird reality without my big dog. Um, yeah. So I don't know. Now my house is set up to have four dogs, two small and two big. I could at any moment in time I can go get adopt another dog or find a puppy or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. My dog that's the youngest, which is 6, is now basically an older dog, and I just don't know if inviting a new dog into the equation is something I want to do. Like that's the main reason. If I knew that my little dogs were going to get along and the another dog might get along, I'd probably be up for it. But it's just too. I don't want to be the guy, and I would never be the guy to get a dog from a shelter and then return it to the shelter or a different shelter or something like that. If I get a dog, I keep the dog. And I just don't know if a third dog, and I'm just going to live my life with the two dogs I got. They are happy, they run around, they do their thing. I like them. And just adding a third dog, I don't know, man. Mm-mm. I would love another dog. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is I would love another little puppy. And then I don't even know. Like some people want a certain type of dog, and I'm just like, it doesn't matter too much. It's kind of like a kid. If you have a kid, you're gonna love the kid. And if you get a dog, it doesn't matter what type of dog it is. It matters how the dog was treated and raised, and how you treat and raise the dog. That's what I think. Now there are some that are just fucked up, and there's nothing you could do. Um, but yeah, I just don't want to get a dog and then regret it. Possibly. So I'm gonna keep on living with two dogs. The T-shirt giveaway that ended on episode 200. I got a few entries, and I just need to get with my designer and figure out what I'm gonna do. Still, now that the podcast has been renamed officially, and I like it, and it's gonna be that like this. Oh, sorry, I have hiccups. Now it's much easier for the design to go on there, and there is a little photo shoot I need to get done because the AI image I do like it. I like it a lot, but I got to get something different on there. I got to get something real. I don't like the AI. It looks good. It fits. I like it, but I need to get something different on there. Mainly because AI doesn't know what a square body is, and AI really made it look like a piece of shit. Kind of looks like a Dodge Durango or something. What are we doing? Get out of the fucking road, you fuckhead! Jesus Christ! I've been waiting for him to turn. He pulled all the way in there and then he stopped with half his trailer still in the road. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Get out of the road. So yes, that is going on. I have not been listening to a lot of podcasts, but definitely ones that I really enjoy. I'm going to be putting in my playlist, so you guys, if you're looking for something else to listen to, it's on there. Um, yeah, I just listened to Theo Vaughn and Bobby Lee on Theo Vaughn's This Past Weekend podcast, and it was good. I liked it a lot. It was a fun episode. So go check that out. I'll add it to my list. But I gotta enter in here. Hold on. Hello. Kevin Owens. Thank you. Guys, I go by a lot of different names here, okay? Yeah, I just told you my real name. But good luck looking it up, because there is not me. There's other Kevin Owenses out there in the world. But I'm not on any social media with my real name. After I got hacked, I deleted everything that I had that was with that name. Some of the stuff I used my brother's birthday. Some of the stuff I said I was a girl. Some of the stuff I did use my birthday, but I used a weird name. Like, there's one out there that's McLovin something. That was it's a weird email, because a lot of people use McLovin for an email. So I don't even know what it is. McLovin 7589er 24 36. Only if she's 5'3". I don't know. So anyway, that's good luck finding me. The best place to find me is right here on the podcast. And I enabled comments on episodes. So if you scroll down, you can comment and I will get notified. But for some reason when I initially create the podcast, even though I have it selected as on, it will automatically turn it off, and I have to go back in there and turn it on a second time, and I forget sometimes. You guys are going to hear the pigs. I'm at the fucking pig farm right next to the pig loading area, or pig offloading area. It's fucking... Oh! Almost fucking wrecked at a very slow speed. I gotta back up to one of these containers here. I'm gonna get... I dropped these off. I'm gonna grab the one that's easier for me to get. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Alright. That's it. That's it. This is the end of the episode. Been going on for a while. So, gonna go ahead and end this. If anything else happens, you'll hear about it on next episode, probably. Maybe not, but probably. But I forget shit, so I don't know. Today's a great day. I'm probably gonna get off early, and I'm actually going, instead of pursuing other work, I am going to pursue getting off early today to go home. It's a perfect day out. I'm going to go home and I'm going to work on the truck. My kids miss me because I didn't even see them last night. because I got home too late. So that kind of sucked. And my son, he made sure he woke up in the morning to come out and greet me before I left. I love that boy so much. He is so cool. Um, anyways, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Keep all 18 down. Adios.